what keeps my patio shades from blowing around in the wind? Well, first of all, I put these hooks. See that hook there? I got all different kinds of hooks that I use. And I have a bungee. See that bungee? There's a bungee cord, and it's got a ball on the end of it. And you just take that and just drop it on top of that hook. That will allow the roller shade itself, that will allow it to bow and flex whenever the wind blows. So when the wind blows, this thing will move, and that bungee right there will allow it to move. And like I said in the previous video, I put these rubber bumpers on the back side of it so it doesn't make any noise whenever it hits that wood, whenever it comes back. So it'll bow and it'll move and flex. Now what you want is, you don't want the roller shades to a lot of pressure, a lot of moving and blowing, and you don't want them to be putting a lot of pressure on this clutch. So whenever it's real windy, you don't need all that pressure being put on this clutch. The clutch will hold it. The clutch is geared so that you cannot take any fabric off of it without using the chain. So it's geared to lock in place. But you know, if you got a big old shade and it's heavy and a lot of wind is blowing, you know, it's put a lot of stress and pressure on that clutch. It'll hold, but I'm just telling you, for longevity, when it's windy, bring those things up. So yes, the wind will blow and these things will move. You know, if you tied that down, if you completely tied it down, then all the pressure we put on that clutch, and you don't want that. So that's why it flexes and moves. So it alleviates that pressure. There's one going, one of my hooks going into a metal handrail post, and here's a hook going into a brick wall. When we have a situation where we don't have any posts to tie down to and we can get the shade low enough to the concrete, we could use a D-buckle like what you see right here. And that D-buckle, it gets anchored into the concrete, and this little thing right here is what you use to attach to it. Here's another picture showing from this angle right here. And we still have the bungee on there that allow for the shade to flex in the wind. And then when you disconnect that whole buckle just lays flat onto the ground. It's not a tripping hazard. It's not a problem. We can attach that to the concrete. We can attach it to the wood if you got a wood deck, whatever. Okay?